then if you do have questions that come up during the presentation, please use the chat Q&A that should be on your screen to ask any questions. We're going to be watching a video to start the presentation, and I'll pause intermittently throughout that to address some of the questions that are coming up. And then at the end, we'll address any questions as well. Once I start playing that video, Paul also is going to put in the chat the username and password credentials, because I know some people are having some issues with logging in. So we're going to put an example in the chat so you know kind of the format it follows. All login information can be found on the PowerSchool parent portal. All right.
So I just entered that into the chat one more time.
Okay, great.
And then I'll do it at the end for people who join late.
Okay. Anything else before we start the video? Okay. All right. Let's get this going.
Okay, hello and welcome to our second and third grade one-to-one student and parent Chromebook orientation, brought to you by Park Ridge-Niles School District 64. So for everyone new to using technology and getting their Chromebooks for the first year, this is very exciting. We believe that there are 3 pillars to student success. The pillars are parents, students, and district. We're all responsible equally for helping our students be successful. We also just wanted to quickly show you some examples of a home learning space. Since we are starting off the year with remote learning, it's great to have a designated space where students know where they can find the materials that they'll need to be successful. So again, here are just some examples. You do not need to do anything this way. We just wanted to give you some ideas as resources. Student expectations for their Chromebook. You should use your device in a responsible and ethical manner. Follow the D64 One-to-One Digital Learning Program Handbook, which is linked on the presentation. Obey school rules and acceptable use in our policy. Care for the devices and bring to school daily or have them ready for remote learning at home. Again, they should be fully charged at the start of the day, or you should make sure that the students have their desk set up somewhere, their learning space set up somewhere at home where they can have their Chromebook plugged in. The family expectations for helping their students be successful with the Chromebook are to talk about values and standards that your student should follow, monitor your student's internet activity, and instruct your student on proper digital citizenship, and help your student maintain the Chromebook as a one-to-one learning tool in the pursuit of academic success. Family tips and ideas. Have a family planning meeting regarding the Chromebook. Have a designated place at home to keep devices for charging and off time, and communicate with child's teacher about what the Chromebook might be used for. So again, I know that things look a little bit different as we're remote learning, but regardless, there should always be a spot for students to know that they are plugging in the device at the end of the school day where it could be charged. It's up to you to have separate rules at home for non-school hours and what the device could be used for, and setting up your expectations for that. As far as district expectations, we will provide a device for students to use. At school, we will provide internet access for students to use. We provide internet filtering through a program called Securely, and we'll touch about that at the end. And provide an effective learning environment for seamless integration of one-to-one learning. Securely filtering, this is what the district uses for Chromebooks, and it's set up to provide filtered online activity through Securely. While these measures are not foolproof, internet filters layer in safety for students as well as monitoring online activity. And at the end of the slideshow presentation, we'll show you how to access Securely as a parent for help. Caring for your Chromebook. So students should be gentle with their Chromebooks, keep it clean, no food or drink near the device. Always transport your Chromebook in the provided case with straps and accessories. You should have a name tag on the case for easy identification, and no stickers or personal decorations should be on the devices. Helpful tip, use a microfiber cloth to help keep the Chromebook clean. These Chromebooks are touch screens, so you may need a cloth to clean that on a fairly regular basis.
I'm just going to pause right there. Again, if any questions come up during the presentation, please use the Q&A section on your screen, and we'll address those throughout and at the end.
Also, one thing that last slide didn't highlight is please do not leave your devices in the cars, especially in this heat. They will not do well.
Thank you. Yes.
Printing. If your home printer has a USB cable, you should be able to connect it to the Chromebook for printing. If needed, use a home device like a desktop or laptop, and you can always log into the student's Google user account to access drive files and print. The majority of the work that students do and complete would be saved either in their Drive, on their Schoology account, or on their Seesaw account. So they'd be able to log into any home device that you have and pull up their files if there was a need to print them.
We will also be doing a supply pickup day. Ms. Brito, do you want to mention anything more about that? What that will look like?
Yeah. So next Monday, and we'll be sending out the times with specifics tomorrow, but next Monday is a supply pickup day for all students at Washington. Teachers are planning to collect things such as workbooks, textbooks, manipulatives, things that they might need for the upcoming weeks to assist them with their remote learning. And in addition to that, teachers are also going to be printing out any paper copies that people might need in the next couple of weeks. So we're really being cognizant of parents and the need to utilize our in-house printing resources. So that will be included in all of the things that you collect next week.
Yep, so there shouldn't really be a need for you to have to print anything from home that's going to be needed for school. And again, this is reiterating that if your printer has a USB cable, you should be able to plug it in. Some wireless printers are also compatible with the Chromebook, but if you already have a home device like a desktop or laptop that you know can print well, and you know how to set that one up, you can always log into your child's Google account from that device and print.
You can also open the presentation, and there's a click here link to see if your printer is compatible with wireless printing from the Chromebook. Not all printers are. Loaners. So loaner Chromebooks are available in each building for students that do not have their device that day. However, loaners are limited and students may get a consequence after an excessive amount of loaner checkouts. So obviously, if we're back in school, if it's hybrid or full, we did a procedure where the classroom teacher would send a student to the library and they can check out a loaner for the day. If something happens to your Chromebook at home and for some reason it is not working, you would fill out a form through the parent portal to be able to reach a technologist. And we will have a handful of loaners available if for some reason something breaks on your Chromebook device. So this would be during remote learning used less for forgetting the Chromebook and more for if your Chromebook breaks. That being said, we are trying to offer some basic troubleshooting skills. So the first thing we always say to do is restart your device and check the Wi-Fi connection. If that doesn't work, then you want to contact your student's teacher right away with issues, just so they can be aware and help you either A, troubleshoot and problem solve, or B, so that they're aware of why a student isn't online and participating. Teachers, again, will help troubleshoot and direct with assistance as needed. And if you still need help, there's that parent portal where you can complete the technology support ticket and your building technologist will reach out to you to help you troubleshoot. Maintenance and repairs. We like to stress this now that students have their own devices, there are some responsibilities. The Chromebooks have been purchased by the district and carry a standard 1-year warranty. plus an additional 3-year coverage term. The District 64 Technology Department will manage the facilitation of all warranty repairs, but warranty repairs do not include physical damage. So the physical damage charges, the chart is here on the right. Oops, sorry. A level 1 charge is $20, level 2 is $50, level 3 is $70, and then there's also a full replacement charge. And if it came to that, that's where your building technologist would send home a form making you aware of any charges incurred. A helpful note is all of the Chromebooks do come with a stylus on the bottom. Those are expensive. They work great with the Chromebooks, but it's up to you if you want to come up with a system for your child while they use the stylus, and or if you just want to hold on to it and use a different stylus during the school year, and then you would have the stylus, you'd be able to put it back into the Chromebook at the end of the year for the check so that you don't have to worry about the cost of that replacement.
So again, there's a built-in stylus. They get lost very frequently, and the replacement fee charge is a little bit pricey. So I think it's $30. So you may want to purchase one that, from Amazon or Walgreens, and use that and grab the one out of the actual Chromebook and put that away somewhere safe so they don't lose it. Totally up to you.
Yes, and I also wanted to point out that those numbers that you see on that chart are actually incorrect. Level 1 charges are actually $10. Level 2 is $30, and level 3 is $70. So just wanted to put that out there.
Oh, thank you. Yep.
All right, signing into the Chromebook. So at device pickup, you should have received a handout that states your student's username and password. If you did not attend device pickup, you can find your students' login information on the PowerSchool Parent Portal. Again, the URL for that is right there. And your handout sheet looked a little bit something like this. It tells you how to connect to the Wi-Fi, a little bit about printing, and on the top right, there may have been your student's sign-in information.
I don't think that actually ended up happening. All of the sign-in information can be found at the PowerSchool Parent Portal.
If you want to sign on right away and you can't find that, and maybe you're struggling to log into the parent portal, it is the same one that you use to register your students. I can tell you quickly that the pattern is like this. So if you're second grade, it's going to be the student's graduation year, so 2027, graduation of 8th grade. The student's first letter of their first name, the entire last name, at studentsd64.org. And their password will be case sensitive. It'll be capital D64 and then their 900 number. And then if you're in 3rd grade, it's 2026, first letter of the first name, whole last name at studentsd64.org. So if you're having trouble figuring out your username and password, those are the 3 ways that you can figure that out. So this form, the link, or that formula that I just shared with you. Seesaw will primarily be used by 2nd grade for students to access classes, daily schedules, activities, and messages. So we're going to start with where 2nd grade would start their days. To sign into Seesaw on a Chromebook, first you're going to click on the D64 Seesaw bookmark in the My School app. So this is a screenshot right there, folder. Or you can simply type in seesaw.me to get to Seesaw. Then you're going to click the Sign In with Google button. Okay, so you will not type in an email address or a password. They will be signing on with Google. And then when they choose an account, make sure they pick their d64.org account to sign in. This is once they've signed into the Chromebooks. Navigating Seesaw. So the student's name and account and classes are all found in the top left-hand corner. The name of the class that they're currently in and viewing is right here on the right-hand side. Announcements from the teacher, including the daily schedule, will be in the inbox. Lesson activities and a to-do list will be found under activities. And a journal will be where your students' completed activities will appear.
So again, Seesaw will be the main learning management system for students in kindergarten, first grade, and second grade. Our older students may use it as well, but the 3rd through 8th graders are really going to be focusing and using Schoology, and the video will talk about that next.
Navigating Seesaw. To get from one class to another, a student's going to click on their name on the top left, and there will be a drop-down menu with different class titles there. So that's how they'll have to switch between. So they'll switch from their homeroom to their specials classes. So again, to view the announcements in the daily schedule, so click on the inbox. This is what the activities page looks like. So you can see work that students have in the to-do list. In progress will be if they've started and saved a draft to continue, or if a teacher is sent to work back and they want you to redo it, it would also show up in progress. And done is where work turned in by the student would appear. There is also a separate app called the Seesaw Family app that you can install on an iPad or on a phone. It's an application that can be downloaded directly onto personal devices, and your teacher will be able to let you know when and how to access the family application. It wouldn't be until September at the earliest if they were choosing to use it. We're just trying to keep things simple for everybody in the beginning.
So again, the students will be primarily using Seesaw from their Chromebooks to actually produce work or to complete an activity. The Seesaw Family app is something that a parent or family member would download on their own personal device. And when a piece of work, what we call an artifact, so a photo or a video or anything that the child creates in Seesaw becomes finalized, the parents would get a notification on their phone or their iPad and would be able to see that artifact. But right now, that's going to be up to the classroom teacher if they use the Seesaw Family app.
So that being said, I'd like to give you a quick walkthrough from a student point of view. So if I've signed in to a student, this is my sample student, Sneezy. This is what Sneezy's homeroom might look like. So I can see the work that I've already done in my journal, and it's waiting for teacher approval, which is fine. There's nothing to do there. If I wanted to see what my schedule was for the day, I would go to the inbox, and I can click on my schedule and look at it. And my teacher will probably have a link to the video call right there in the schedule. If I go to activities, see all the activities assigned. But if I'm under the to-do folder, if I click on the folder, and I know it's math time, I can just go to math and see if I have any math activities. Here, I don't have any math because I've done it already. I can go to science, or SEL, if it's SEL time, and see my to-do list just for that subject. So that's a really nice feature. Okay. If I go back to my home screen, which is my journal, I can also click on the calendar and look at things in a calendar point of view as well. Again, the school hasn't quite kicked off yet, so I don't have any work from specific dates submitted. And then again, to toggle, if I wanted to say it's art time, I click on my name, and I'll switch to art. And then I would see whatever my art teacher has to say, and I can click on the inbox to see her or his schedule and my activities that I should be doing in that class as well. And that is Seesaw at a glance. Next up, Schoology. Schoology will be used by 3rd grade students to access classes, daily schedules, assignments, and messages. 2nd grade students may use Schoology as well to access some resources and online textbooks. Schoology login procedures. So students will navigate to learn.d64.org, which is already bookmarked on the Chromebooks, and sign in with their D64 Google account.
Students, I'm here to show you how to get onto your Schoology account. So the easiest way to do this is you're going to look in your bookmarks toolbar, and you should have a folder called My School Apps, and one of the drop downs should say something with Schoology. It might look a little different than mine, but it should say something about Schoology. When you click on that, it's going to take you to the sign-in page. Make sure you choose your student account, which it will open if you are on your Chromebook. And when you are in, You will land on your course dashboard homepage, and you will see all your different courses from all your different teachers. If for some reason you have deleted your My School apps, you're going to navigate to learn.d64.org, and it's going to take you to the exact same login page. Thanks so much.
All right, so that's how you log in as a student to Schoology. Again, different course materials will be stored in Schoology under this Materials tab. So you'll see digital assignments, links to websites, multimedia content. There might even be links to Seesaw or, again, other websites in the Materials folder. Course content may not be accessible to students or parents before the start of the grading term. So I believe that on Thursday, on the first day of school, will be the first time that students are able to log in and see the course content materials for their classes. If they switch to this updates page, teachers can post daily schedules, news, and important reminders for students and families on the updates page. Their schedule for the day may be on top. They might also post polls or fun interactive discussions here.
So for all students, a daily schedule will be posted. For K through 2 students, that will be posted as an announcement within Seesaw on a daily basis. That's going to go out. It will have information about the schedule for the day, as well as any necessary Zoom or Google Meet links. In Schoology, it will appear as an announcement like you just saw at the top of the materials and updates pages. It will be there. And again, the links to the Google Meet and Zoom will be accessible within Schoology.
So messages can be found on the top toolbar, which is this dark gray or black toolbar on the top. And you'll see it looks kind of like an envelope, like an email. So what's nice is that teachers can directly message students on Schoology. So teachers and students can connect without the need to email parents. And the interface is similar to email, but restricted to communication with teachers only. So students are not able to interact with one another through messaging, but they can interact with any of their teachers to ask questions as needed. Navigating Schoology. Easily navigate between all classes to find content shared by different teachers. So to navigate between, you would click on courses at the top. So we'll wait for that GIF to start again. You see right now they're going through the different folders on the materials page to be able to find content for that specific course. So you go to courses on top. There's a drop-down menu for all the different courses that your students are enrolled in. Once you select it, you're brought to that course's homepage where you can scroll and look at materials and schedules. Zoom in Schoology. Teachers host virtual class meetings using the secure Zoom tool in Schoology. They may also choose to use Google Meets, but both can be linked in Schoology. Also on this top toolbar, you can find a calendar icon, and that will bring you to the Schoology calendar. And there you can see upcoming events and assignments due by their due dates, shared by teachers. Schoology parent access. So you would actually go to Schoology.com for parent access and
Not learn.d64.org. That's the link that students use. Schoology.com is how you will sign up for parent access. I know some parent access codes are not up and running yet. There's gonna be some more information on here and then I can comment further. Hold on.
Parent account. To get the access code, you are going to access the PowerSchool parent portal and click on remote learning on the left-hand toolbar to get our district's access code that you would type in to activate your Schoology account. If you need directions for how to do that, you can open up this presentation and click on this link. It'll bring you to step-by-step. Again, you only have to do this the first time you sign up for Schoology, but you'll go to Schoology.com. You can select parent. You'll have gotten the code from your PowerSchool ID. You'll enter your name, email address, and create a password. And once you log in, you'll be able to browse your child's activity by clicking the arrow to the right of your name and selecting your child's name from the drop-down menu. So it's really easy to sync multiple children. That's step 5. So you have the option of syncing up additional children with Schoology. To associate additional children, you'll click the drop-down facing arrow in the top right of your Schoology account, select Add Child, and enter the parent access code of your other children. Okay, step 2 is you can
So there's a different access code for each class. So that's what you would be adding in there. And again, that should be in the PowerSchool parent portal. Things are still being synced and rostered, so it might take a couple of days if you don't see it in there or if it's not working properly. We're trying to get those all up and running as soon as possible.
The Schoology app. This is a choice. If you want to receive updates from your school and your child's teacher, you can also have the app installed on your phone so that alerts go directly there as well. Again, otherwise you can just sign into the Schoology website. Parent view. So if you look, this is a little screen recording from the parent view. You can view courses, groups that your students are in, the calendar, graded assignments, upcoming assignments. And again, you can view all of these things from multiple students. Parent messages. All D64 staff are already rostered. So if you wanted to reach out to a teacher, you can click on your messaging icon, which is again found on the top dark gray toolbar. It looks like a letter. You can simply type the last name to select the teacher, and you can send and receive messages through Schoology as well. All right, so that was an introduction to Schoology. Just a friendly reminder, the students may not have access to their content until the first day of learning. So again, I told you at the end, I would review what is Securely. So Securely works within accordance to the Child Internet Protection Act requirements to keep students safe from harmful adult content and other malicious websites. It's a wide range of websites are blocked by the school and district through Securely. A list of these blocked sites is maintained in the Securely database, and activity and content are filtered accordingly. Securely constantly adds new websites to its database to ensure comprehensive coverage for your child and currently filters over 1 million websites. Securely filtering. The goal is to provide access to information and resources while blocking inappropriate sites for students. It also blocks inappropriate categories and records network misuse. So we'll be able to see if there's a pattern of behavior. General internet usage, search terms, and blocked sites attempted is tracked through this filter. Cloud-based web filtering company for K-12 schools that seeks to enable kids to take the first steps into a digital world responsibly. That's what Securely is. And again, we deploy Securely on all of our Chromebook devices.
And iPads for our K-1 students.
Here's a little intro video for Securely.
Hello, welcome to the Parent Portal by Securely. This is Mark, and I'm here to give you a quick walkthrough on how parents can keep track of their child's online activity on the Securely Parent Portal. You will get an email from Securely in your inbox. The email gives you a snapshot of the sites that your child has visited, items searched online, and videos watched. To get an in-depth view of online activity, the parent must click Go to My Portal. This will take the parent to Securely's Parent Portal registration page. Just a couple of boxes to check, and you're signed up for free. Now that you're in, you can see a complete picture of what the kid has been up to. The entire list of sites visited, videos watched, stuff searched. If there is something to be concerned about, we will show it in the Flagged Activity tab. Next up, there is the Account tab, where you are able to change your password. The Connections tab here will show you if there is any other parent associated with your child. You can accept or reject that connection. Once the connections are established, this tab will be empty. There will be no more connections to show. So, this was one way of accessing the parent portal. There are other ways to do it too. When you sign up, you receive a welcome email from Securely. The email will have your username and password. You can use these credentials to log into the parent portal from the Securely website. A simpler option is to just click Let's Go and sign in directly. You would arrive at your parent portal dashboard and see the child's data. Easy as that. Raising responsible digital citizens is just as important as raising socially responsible kids. Securely's parent portal allows the school and parents to share that responsibility by keeping them informed and engaged. Thank you for signing up for the parent portal by Securely. Have a nice day.
Okay, so that was some information about the Securely Parent Portal. It provides you access to view your children's online activities and productivity on school-owned devices. You can scan that QR code on your phone for more information about the Securely Parent Portal, or click on the link if you have this presentation open. I do know that if you're signing into Securely, you will need to use the email that you registered and that you use for the PowerSchool Parent Portal when you registered your students for classes. Parents are able to, so here's some features, have emailed weekly internet activity reports. You can view flagged activity, block websites at home at your discretion. Again, because we are remote learning, just keep in mind you wouldn't want to block YouTube or something during the day because teachers may have students trying to access videos on YouTube. So just try to be a little more cognizant of that type of thing during remote learning, and see all your students from one dashboard, which is nice. If you have any Securely questions, you'd want to contact Mike Jolly. He's our Securely Student Safety Coordinator, and his email address is located on there. Or you can contact Mary Jane Warden. She's our D64 Director of Innovation and Instructional Technology. Her email is listed as well for your reference. Additional resources and information. Again, these are all links you can click through on how to connect to your home Wi-Fi, Apple AirPrint instructions, which is more relevant if you have a K1 student, but just in case you have students in multiple grades, it's all on one slide for you. D64 technology, our handbook, and then there's also some helpful digital citizenship links on here. Common Sense Media is a great one, as is Need Help Now. So if you wanted to read some articles or do some activities with your students about digital citizenship, you could find resources at those links. Okay, thank you so much. Please don't hesitate to reach out with any questions. You can contact your school office, your building technologist, or your instructional technology coach at your school. I know we're all very anxious to see how the school year starts, and we're all trying our best. And I really look forward to the start of the school year. Have a great day.
All right, so that concludes our presentation, the video portion. So now we feel free to send a message through the Q&A, and we'll answer any questions that you may have.
So I have a good one that parents have been asking. If a child lives in two homes, will both parents have access to the same PowerSchool account, or will they have different ones? And that goes the same with Schoology.
So, go ahead, Rachel.
For Schoology, parents can create their own accounts for that, and they put in the parent access code and have access to the classes. But parents would be going in on an individual basis and creating an account, Schoology.com, and then they would just each need the access code to join it, and then you'd be able to view it under two different accounts. Mrs. Brito, do you know anything more about the PowerSchool?
Yeah, so I was just texting with Leah O'Neill, our secretary, and when you sign up to register your child, you have the option of adding another person to the account. If for some reason you did not do that when you did the registration process, please email Leah O'Neill or call the main office, and she can add additional people to the account.
Perfect. Paul, are there any other questions you're seeing?
there were some good ones.
Mhm.
Let me look.
And again, we'll put in the chat again what the formula is for the usernames. So I'm going to put that in the chat again.
I guess another question that's been coming up a lot is attendance. Parents aren't sure
Brito, do you
how
want
it's going to work out.
Yep, Mrs. Brito.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. So teachers are now taking attendance for all students. So that is no longer something that parents need to think about or worry about. When your child logs into their Google Meet at the start of the day or their Zoom, depending on the platform that the classroom teacher is using, that teacher will be taking attendance.
Great. I saw there was some questions about Seesaw. Again, the logins for Seesaw and Schoology are the same. For the parents who are here, for the family members who are here, for second grade students, Seesaw is going to be the main focus. But they will be accessing Schoology as well, but Seesaw is where they'll be completing a lot of their work. Whereas our 3rd through 8th grade students will be predominantly working within the Schoology platform. They follow the same email credentials. I put those in the chat again. And then the password for both Seesaw and Schoology and Google and Chromebooks are all the same. So the password, it follows the credentials of capital D 64 and then your child's ID number, which starts with 90. I'll put that in the chat again.
Well, two.
All right. Let's see, I'm just trying to go through the chat. Any questions, please send them our way.
Another good one was when will parents be able to see schedules?
So the daily schedule, we are providing professional development to our teachers tomorrow and Wednesday, and they're going to be working on creating that schedule so that it's up and running for Thursday. So if you're talking about the daily schedule, that's going to be there. So again, that's going to be something posted every day because every day our schedule differs. So they would have links to, if it's a 3rd grader, they would have links to the other Schoology courses that your child may be accessing. And again, both of them would include the Zoom and Google Meet links they will need to access. And some people are having issues with logging in. If those issues persist, please contact Paul, and I'm going to put his email in the chat as well as my own. So if you continue to have problems, please contact Paul about that with logging in. Paul will also be available tomorrow at Washington from 9 to 4 to troubleshoot any device issues or logging in issues. So feel free to stop by the building. He'll be outside the main entrance. And we ask that you please wear a mask if you are coming by the school. And what I see another question just about how to get into Seesaw. On the Chromebook, there's going to be a folder that says My School Apps when logged into the Chromebook. And under My School Apps, there should be a link that goes to Seesaw as well as a link that goes to Schoology. And let's see. Okay, so a couple questions about Securely. Yes, you'll be able to go in and actually see all of your child's search terms and everything that they search on there, including videos. And then you'll be able to, filter out and click on flagged on the side, and those will be all of the websites that have been blocked by our Securely filter that they were not able to access. What time do students log in on Thursday? What time does school start daily? The school is going to follow the same schedule as we did before COVID. So students will log on at 8:50 for that. So again, 8:50, it follows the same school day schedule. So 8:50 to 3:30, except on Wednesdays, the early release, and they would go till 2:40. So, and another thing to say about that is, like all of the specials will occur the same times that they would have occurred if we were in an in-person learning setting. So if they had Spanish from 9 to 9:30, they'll be meeting with Senora Nagel at that time. In terms of the schedule differs every day because of our specials change and whatnot, but it's going to again follow the school day schedule. So our lunch hour will remain the same every day. So teachers typically would post when their specials occur. They would post something like that saying, you know, on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, we have Spanish from 9 to 9:25. So that's definitely information that you could ask the classroom teacher about if, you know, so you know when those classes are occurring.
But I will add, Rachel, that like the core content areas, math, reading will happen at the same time every day.
All right. Okay, so that's good to know. Yep.
Yeah. And then I think there was a question about synchronous every day. Yes, every class will have a live login with the teacher at the beginning and end of that class period. So about half of the day will be engaging in live synchronous instruction.
And then the other half of the day would be asynchronous activities. So maybe a video that the teacher created ahead of time, or it might be time for the children to work on an assignment that's been given or a project. So yes, half and half.
For the parent about with the preschool childcare issue, I've had similar parent requests. Just send me an email and I'll connect you with the teacher.
Other courses like CFC, Primary Challenge, speech, OTPT, all of those links will be available on Seesaw and Schoology as well. So if your child is going to CFC math from 10 to 11, that information would be available within whatever learning platform they're using, Seesaw or Schoology. All right. So if there are any further questions, please feel free to reach out to Paul. Again, he's available tomorrow outside of Washington from 9 to 4. So if you have any troubleshooting issues, can't get in, email him or come by the school tomorrow. Feel free to email me as well, Rachel Labus, or obviously reaching out to Mrs. Brito or Ms. Van Arsdale with any further questions that you may have. Anything else? There's some questions about the date and time for supply pickup, Ms. Brito. Do you know that off the top of your head?
I'll talk about that. Part of it is we had to move furniture out of our gym today in order to accommodate that. So I wanted to make sure that we would be able to hold it at Washington instead of Lincoln. So I will be sending out a schedule alphabetically by last name tomorrow. I apologize for that, but we're working with the construction right now.
All right, well, thank you all for attending this webinar tonight and taking the time to dedicate to your child's one-to-one learning experience. We are here to help you. Thank you for your patience as we try to navigate this crazy time. And again, thanks again for attending, and please feel free to reach out with any further questions you may have.
And I'd just like to end by thanking Rachel and Paul. They've been working so very hard to support all of our teachers, all of our kids, all of our families, and myself. Kudos to you. You're both amazing. So thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks. Again, please feel free to stop by Washington tomorrow, 1 to 4 p.m. Not 3 p.m. Sorry.
Oh, and for those who are still on, this video will be available to everyone as well as the presentation you should have already received from Ms. Brito.